Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of How Can EvS Become More of a Piece of Crap Than He Already Is? Oh yes, that's right. He can simply talk negatively about Eric burying his Uncle Gary over the weekend because why not? Because why not try to take something tragic in someone's life and try to spin it into Eric July bad because this person passed away in that person's life. It's absolutely disgusting how this person can sink ever so lower into being an absolute piece of shit. But rather than supporting that, support it if you want to though, but rather than me supporting that garbage, I'd rather support creators that are actually putting in the work, putting out product and putting out content for their fans and consumers and customers that actually want to, read comics. No, rather than serving up drama, these creators serve up content. They serve up comic books. They serve up product for people to get invested in. And I will have to say that Yara number 3 was an absolute phenomenal book. I want to read it again and then give my formal review, possibly on the channel. More than likely, it's going to be a Twitter post because it's much easier based on the setup that I have right now. But just so you guys know, The Horseman number 2 is up for pre-order with 25 days left to go, sitting at 1,886 total books sold at 68,883 in total sales. There aren't a lot of choices here, but all the covers, at least in my opinion, are absolutely great. But personally, I went with cover B. That was the best cover for me. We also had the Ripazine, the controversial Ripazine number 5 with that new speedster character Zephyr, introducing the Blue Shift short story in Ripazine number 5, a magazine that only costs you $8 to get 50 pages with previews for Glorious Death number 1, The Great War Separation number 3, The Black Eye Club, and The Curse, which are more than likely all books that are going to release this year. Norfolka coming out shortly or very soon. 1,567 total books sold, 38,174 total sales. We also have the ISOM 7-inch action figure with 88 days to go at 29,268 total sales at 425 total figures sold. Plenty of time to get in on that. Glorious Death with 18 days left to go at 5,604 books sold, 240,080 in total sales. Absolutely awesome. This is going to be a limited series, and this is the book I have to wait for in order to get things like my Ripazine number 4, which is going to be absolutely great. Can't forget about other creators like John's Longbox with Heroic Tales number 2 at 5,628 total sales, 176 backers, 2 complete stories, one with the Patriarch and one with Mary Sue, as well as Von Coleman's Phenomenova issue number 3 ending in 6 more days, breaking that 5-figure campaign or 5-figure number for the first time as well as part of his Kickstarters in the past or his comic campaigns in the past. This is his first 5-figure campaign. This is going to be an absolutely excellent book. The first 2 Phenomenovas were absolutely great, and I cannot wait to read the third one. We also had Perberg or Narwhal just recently on the channel. You can go check that interview out on the channel. Currently at 115 backers, 39 days to go at 7,822 in total sales for his latest campaign, Hotel Story, Parts 1 and 2, 240-page graphic novels. They're already complete. You will receive them once the campaign or shortly after the campaign is over. Now, on to the main topic of the video. This will be a quick one. It's Eric talking about how he buried the uncle that inspired Isom next to the OG himself, Isom Knox, the person where he got the name from for his main character of the Rippaverse. And of course, he put out a video talking about the creation of the character of Avery Soman, aka Isom. And we're going to just watch this really quick before we get into what EvS, aka the Throat Go, had to say about this altogether.
Isom was the first character that I created in the Rippaverse. I built him out top to bottom in my Universe Bible. Considering that this was the first story that I was telling, I wanted to stick to what I know. So I drew inspiration from my family members, namely my late uncle Gary, when it came to how he looked as well as some of his personality traits and facial expressions. I had a lot invested in it. Because of that, I remember doing the infamous Eric sketch, one of the worst drawings that you'll ever see, me crafting out his suit for my concept artist. And Marcos did such a
Hopefully one day we'll get to see that. That'd be hilarious.
great job of helping with his initial design. I wanted to go with something that was familiar. You know, I'm a longtime comic book fan. I know that there were going to be a lot of people that were also longtime comic book fans that were going to get into Isom. And I wanted to give them a character that they could see and they could really feel like a throwback. On the other hand, I also wanted to make him unique enough to appeal to obviously new comic book fans so they'd see that character and only associate that with Isom. And I've had the luxury over the last few years to create so many of these different characters, but Isom was special, and not just that he was our first one with the first book, but we knew we had a lot riding on it. So I wanted to do it right. And I'm glad that still to this day, you know, he really is our flagship hero.
Really, he truly is the flagship hero. He may not be the favorite for a lot of people. Personally, my favorite character is Brian Solari in this universe. I really love the Alpha Core, and a close second would be, of course, the Horseman, followed by Bloodroot. But yes, Isom has gotten better with each iteration. The writing has gotten better. Isom 3 is quite literally Eric's best writing thus far, so people would love to see him more going forward towards an Isom 4. Now we're going to go over here to where it says, disparaging a tombstone, shout out to Student of God, it says EVS is now criticizing the writing on Eric July's family tombstone for Isom Knox. EVS, quote, it's blasphemous. 3 seconds later, EVS, I'm kind of like Jesus. No. You are absolutely not like Jesus. You're an absolute fraud. You're more like Satan, your favorite special buddy, or your inspiration for being an absolute narcissist that you are. Filling yourself with constant greed, envy, and jealousy or pride, as most people would see it. That's the type of person you are. You're more like Satan, my friend. You are more like a devil than you are an angel. Please. Stop trying to compare yourself to someone who is flawless, and stop trying to use religion as some kind of shield for your absolute narcissism. But let's get into the clip here as well.
See it, however. Well, Eric decided it would be smarter to just keep all of this a secret and give absolutely no clues except for the cross on Isom's belt that Isom was Christian at all. And I think he was inspired by Isom Knox's tombstone, which said he died as he lived as a Christian, which is stupid. I don't even know what that means.
It's because you're an illiterate fuck. It's no wonder Cyberfrog is garbage. It's no wonder your stories are absolute trash. It's a basic, simple sentence. It's a basic, simple sentence, my guy. If you can't even figure that out, you should not be a writer in comics.
Whoever made that tombstone and wrote that slogan on Eric's ancestors' tombstone was low IQ, you know, probably an impulse
Your entire storyline of Cyberfrog is for low IQ retards.
Control issues. He died as he lived, a Christian, so what? What does that mean? But anyway, I think that's why Eric decided to give Isom Christian powers, you know.
He does not have Christian powers. That's how we all know you never read Isom, because you're a fucking moron.
But it would have been better to just say that at the start. And then really focus and structure the character. There's so much wrong with Isom. It's so stupid.
Isom is better written than Cyberfrog. You're an absolute moron. Cyberfrog is a bloated piece of dog shit that people are waiting years for, and even your biggest sycophants and fans say that your character never even wins once because he's an absolute cuck.
You look at it and you go, okay, it's not even worth thinking about too much, just as like an exercise in terms of how could I have fixed this and made it better, made it more palatable. But I mean, the idea of this, like, hey, look, you know, Jesus gave people superpowers. No, he didn't. Jesus did not give people superpowers. That's not what Jesus did when he.
Just as a reminder, your fan base, your sycophant fan base, is so illiterate, you had to rewrite Cyberfrog 2 in order for them to even understand the storyline. For them to better understand the dialogue, you had to rewrite portions of Cyberfrog 2. That's how retarded and low IQ your audience truly is. Your sycophant audience, anyway.
Healed people. He didn't give people superpowers. He didn't turn a rock into he didn't turn water into wine, and now that the stream that that he got the water from is now wine all the time for 2,000 years. None of that is true. That's not what Jesus did. He offered us salvation through his sacrifice. That's it. He gave us a bridge from sin towards God. And that's all. That's what Jesus did. He didn't give ISOM or any black people any superpowers at all. Quite the contrary, in fact.
Nobody said that. And if you actually read the ISOM book, which you clearly didn't, you would know that. But you didn't read it. You just talk like you read people's books, but you never read people's books because you're an absolute fraud.
So it is a stupid, and you're right, it is a blasphemous idea. Where is that strange, says Flint Clock? Yeah, I know. Like, that would be funny. Like, everything Jesus did, like, echoed through history, in terms of, like, literally echoed through history. So it's like, man, Jesus, like, multiplied the fishes and loaves, and now if you go to where he...
The word fish, the plural word of fish, is just fish.
It's nothing but fish sandwiches. Filet-o fish sandwiches. By the way, that's what I did for Shane Davis, too. In a way, I'm kind of like Jesus.
Oh. There's no way anybody could listen to you say that with a straight face and think you're not an absolute moron. Please, for the love of God, just shut up. Stop talking, bro. You are so stupid. And this is why Cyberfrog sucks. And I expect Rainbow the Fruit to absolutely suck as well. Because holy shit, you are an absolute moron. Like I said, you had to rewrite dialogue for Cyberfrog 2 in order for your stupid, sycophant audience to understand it better. And then resell it to them like they're gonna be such pay pigs that they're going to buy it again just to get a variant of the same variant that you've sold before but in black and white, because that's how low IQ your audience is. At the end of the day, don't be an EvS. Be an Eric July. Be a John Bua. Be a Von Coleman. Be a Norwal. Or be anybody else that takes this more seriously than EvS has ever taken his garbage, irrelevant indie career. Like how he claims that Norwal ends up on my stream after big Mark Miller jobs. Well, guess what? For you, that's, oh, you look at all these Jeff Johns projects you worked on before, and now you've basically hit rock bottom, and your entire legacy is now going to be the big, fat, overweight, out-of-shape New Jerseyan who cries about the indie comics black dude that destroyed your entire career in 3 years. That's going to be your legacy now. Cope and seethe about it. Thank you all for checking out this video. I really do appreciate all the new subscribers, returning subscribers, new viewers, and returning viewers. If you do like this video, smash the like button, comment below if you feel about it, subscribe for more content, hit the bell for notifications, set the bell to all. That way you'll get a notification anytime I post in a video or go live on the channel. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.